Oh, bright blessings, one and all. Hello, hello. I just want to start out by saying thank you to Catherine for hosting this incredible Boldly Free Summit. So I've just been watching the segment that she's just been doing now on that badge of productivity, and I'm being still and present. And I was like, what a perfect way to prelude what we're going to talk about here today. So my name's Alice with Ascension to Love, and we're going to be talking about the voice of your womb. Now, before we even start, I just want to say, regardless as to what your physical anatomy, your physical gender is, everyone has an energetical womb. Whether you physically have one or not, we all have an energetical womb. Okay, whether you bleed or not, we all have an energetical moon cycle and bleed. So regardless as to what anatomy you are sat here present with me in, please stay tuned, because I'm hoping that something that I share with you today will resonate, will connect with you, and will open something really profound within you. So, wow, okay, the voice of your womb. Oh my goodness. So in this world, and like I say, Catherine just introduced this so well with what she was talking about, with that productivity and that go, go, go. When we find ourselves in the stillness, when we allow ourselves to be present and aware and embodied within our sacred temple of light, when we allow ourselves that honor and that pleasure, oh my goodness, we then start to find ourselves in this beautiful sacred harmony within and without, right? When we find ourselves, actively going, and creating something, and in a very action orientated way, that's fantastic. But then we have to allow ourselves to receive. So today, in this 30 minutes that I have to share with you, we're going to be talking about the heart womb voice connection. We're going to be talking about alchemy. We're going to be talking about healing, nourishment, and allowing that expression of your yoni to speak forth in her beautiful, beautiful voice, right? So let's have a look at some of those divine feminine traits that we have. The divine feminine, we have both masculine and feminine energies within us, and they ought to be integrated in harmony, right? There is no, excluding one or focusing mainly on another. But for this video, we're going to be really working on enhancing that feminine energy, because that's our reception. That's how we magnetize to us. That's how we open up more. That's how we create more. That's how we connect with the cosmic womb, with that creation energy, that power, that Shakti, that Kundalini that creates worlds, that the masters all before us, they all nailed this. They all had this in harmony and balance. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about the nourishment she offers, the song she brings us. We're going to be talking about her expression and honoring that, and the healing that comes from when we allow ourselves to connect with that yoni space. We will also be doing some yoni somatics. I'm actually just going to move the camera back a little bit here. There we go. We're also going to be talking about some yoni somatics as well, and doing a practical. So to really start off here, I would love everyone just to take a moment. Take a moment to find yourself in a comfortable position and just place your hands first on your heart. And take a deep breath in. Allow that breath to fill your lungs, to fill your heart. Allow yourself to notice the in of the air flowing through past your nose, up, down your throats, down into your heart. And even allow that breath to go deeper into your stomach, into your womb. You may have needed to breathe out in the meantime, that's okay. Allow that breath to be soft and gentle just as we start here. Allow your breath to just autonomously flow, relaxing and releasing any expectation that we have for how our body wants to push the breath, and just letting it flow. keeping one hand on your heart, move the other hand to your womb space. Just below your belly button, just along that pubic bone. Just allow your hand to rest there. And this time when you breathe in, this time, feel that breath, see that breath. Feel it coming in through your nose, dancing its way down your throat, into your heart, expanding that chest, expanding that heart area, feeling that light fill you. And then feel that breath go down deeper into the base of your spine, the seat of your kundalini, into your womb, and fill her up. When we start out a practice like this, just being present, we really bring all aspects that are natural to us, all higher energies, back into alignment. That breath of life nourishes and feeds our point of creation. Because it's in the womb space, and once again, regardless of your anatomy, regardless of your physical anatomy, that energetical space is where we birth all things that we wish to create. And the beauty of it is that we don't even have to think about it. We don't even have to think about it because the womb is on a vibrational level. The womb and her wisdom far expands that of the mind. Because the mind is only able to be as broad and as expansive as the heart is connected to it. So let me say that in a different way. The mind is limited by the connection that it has, or the lack of connection, to your heart space, right? So the beauty about the womb is that the womb is the second heart. They beat one in the same rhythm. That earthly mother's rhythm. They beat the same rhythm. And so there is no need to bring logic into the womb space when we're looking at creating things, because every single one of us here watching this, every single one of us desires more, desires bigger, better, more love, more abundance, more happiness, more joy, more bliss, more fun, more creation. We all desire all of that. But the beauty of it is that we don't even have to think about it. We don't even have to ask for it, because when we allow the womb space to be, it will be creating that anyway. So, I'd love to introduce you all. And this may be new to some people, and it may not be. You may have tried this before, you may have done this before, but I would love to get us to really start working with the pelvic area, because this is the area that moves us forward. Once again, regardless of your anatomy, it moves us forward, right? That's where our forward motion goes, our thrust comes from, right? So we want that space to be clear. And what is really interesting is that the reflexology of the yoni, and just to elaborate what I mean by the term yoni, because it's a Sanskrit word, but what I mean by that is I mean the whole vulva, the vaginal entrance, the womb, that whole space. That's what I mean by yoni. And the reflexology, because it has reflexology points on a physical level as well as energetical, just like your hands, your feet, your head, everywhere has reflexology points. Now, what's really interesting is that we store a lot of tension, we store a lot of unlived dreams, we store a lot of wounds and traumas in this space. And then the hips get tighter and tighter, right? Over time. We start to feel misalignments in our spine, we start to feel aches and pains in our knees and our feet, and this is because of what we're storing in the denser light, because all of us, we are light, right? We're light. The physical aspect of us, the physical aspect of our temple, of our instrument, is just a more dense light because it's been made physical. So in our physical body, we store those emotions and things like that that we haven't expressed. So what we're going to do here, and I'm just going to once again move this camera back a little bit just so you can see me here. So I want you to place a hand right here on your womb on the front, and another hand at the back where your lumbar vertebrae is. Right? Place your hands there. Really take the time. All it takes is 5 minutes or so to do this, but take the time to do this and just see what happens, because we store a lot of sexual energy there, and sexual energy is life force energy. It's creation energy. It is pure source alignment at its best in its purity, right? When it's unobstructed by limiting beliefs and wounds. And what you're going to do, and you may even want to change how you're sat here, because if we're sat cross-legged, if we're sat on a chair, anything like that, we often constrict those bones, right? Constrict the yoni space, and we want to really elongate that. So you may want to be kind of like in a child pose position with your legs. So maybe your knees are bent and you're sat on your feet here. Hello, beautiful souls that are watching. Do feel welcome to ask questions. Do feel welcome to say hello as you are joining here today. It's always wonderful to read your comments. But you're going to allow yourself just to sit up. Allow your spine to straighten. Elongate that spine. Allow just a moment the lumbar to stretch. And then what we're going to do, and you'll have noticed maybe that your hands are starting to get warm as they are placed either side of your sacral chakra, either side of your womb space. They're getting warm because you're directing energy there, because the womb is magnetizing the energy it needs, the focus it needs, right? The light it needs. And you may want to put on a song or something in the background. I love personally Mama by, is it called Ben Garrett? I think that's what it's called. I personally love that song for doing any yoni somatics. And what you're going to do is you're just going to allow, with your breath, your pelvis to move back and forth gently, like it's just doing this. Like it's doing this. Okay, nice and gently. We're not forcing anything. We're not overstretching. We're not doing anything like that. We're just allowing that space to move. Okay. And let it move with your breath. And this is a wonderful practice to do before you're wishing to create something, before you're wishing to manifest something, before you're wishing to go live, right, and present, before you're wishing to connect on a course or with a client or anything like that. When you're wishing to achieve something in really great alignment, this is a great practice to do, because you're clearing and you're purifying the space from which you create. So with your breath, you're just going to go back and forth. And you may start to find that you wish to vocalize your breath. And I really do encourage everyone watching this to try this at some point in your day. Even if you're not trying it right now, try it at some point in your day. Because when we're born, like when we're growing as a fetus in the womb, in that womb of creation, in the mother's womb, a Sophianic womb, when we're growing in the womb, the throat and the cells of the throat match that of the yoni. And they are actually one and the same before they diverge and become opposite ends of the body. So these are very, very linked. We're going to be talking about alchemy in just a short while as well. Very powerful alchemy. So as you're moving your hips back and forth, you may start to, instead of doing this, you may start to tick-tock them a little bit, right? You may start to go like this. And you may start to breathe with it. Okay. And it may sound, you may find yourself feeling a little bit self-conscious if you've not done this before, and that's okay. That's okay, because what we're here to do is we're here to clear any guilt, any shame, any blockages, any emotions that we've taken on, that we haven't released and let flow through, that have caught and hooked in. Because it's when the emotions hook in and they don't flow through that we actually create blockages, right? So we want to allow those to move. And what we actually do when we're connecting with the breath and with the voice in this way is we are allowing that sacred Shakti, we're allowing that energy to start to build. And you'll start to feel yourself move to your own rhythm, connecting with the Kundalini of the earth, of the Great Mother, of the Great Mother. Because you are a child of the Great Mother. You are the Great Mother as well in this oneness that we embody. But you're a child of her, and she wishes to nourish you. So when we do this, this is you nourishing yourself. This is building that energy. What's really wonderful about this as well is this is going to increase your magnetism. This is going to add strength and power to any desire that your heart and your higher self wants, that you want to be bringing in from the non-physical realm into the physical. This helps that. And practice that for as long as you desire. And whenever you're ready, you can come back to us here. It's a very powerful practice to do, and I wanted to share that in this 30 minutes that we had today, amongst other things, but I really wanted to offer something that you were able to practically take away with you and practice and see for yourself. If you did just a couple of minutes of that a few times a day, or a couple of minutes of that each day, to take that away with you and just feel the empowerment, feel the beauty and the light that builds within you. Because the thing is that over the past few millennia, the womb and the voice of her has been stifled, and we know this. We don't need to go into it, right? We know there's been desecration, of the feminine energy as well as the masculine, right? One and the same, just equal and opposites of the polarity, right? Of the principle of gender, We don't need to go into that too much, but what we want to do is we want to focus on building more of that light, because the thing is that when we connect our voice, when we start to use this, and a lot of people are noticing that they have, coughs coming through, or they may be speaking, and just a lot of times right now specifically, they're coughing, they're clearing their throat, right? Especially right now, because there is a lot shifting and changing, and what is happening is the walls of the energetic womb, they are shedding. It is like the cosmic womb is having a moon cycle, right? A moon cycle is what I would refer to as, what a menstrual cycle is, I refer to it as a moon cycle. And the beauty of it is that, she is shedding the layers and the veils. And when the cosmic womb and our womb, which is one and the same, they're very connected, the throat does the same. So we want to be using our voice. We want to be articulating, singing, chanting, crying out, allowing whatever you feel you need to express. The intuition comes from here. The more we allow the movement within, the more we're able to tune into that presence, that inner knowing, and act on it. The more we're able to create from that point of certainty and success, inevitable success. Because when we're given an idea, when it's created for us, if we've worked and start working with the energy of our sacred womb, that land then is fertile for us to birth that creation. You see the importance? The creative expression that we have starts and ends here, right? And it weaves up like the kundalini, like the snakes rising up the spine, that fire moving up. It weaves up in figures of 8. Abundance. Connecting with your heart. Connecting with your heart and just bursting out. And when you allow that connection to reestablish, womb to heart to throat and back again. And obviously, of course, it goes up to the crown and higher, into your higher chakras, and it goes, down into your base, into the earth star, and it goes further up and down. But primarily we're looking womb, heart, voice, throat, right? And when we allow that connection to be clearer, right, when we allow that and we work with that, you are then alchemizing. You are walking alchemy. Anything that is of a lower vibration automatically just transforms in your presence. That vibration that you offer is magnetic and alluring to others. And what that does is it never sabotages you. No, because some people will have thought that in the past. Not at all. It's healing. It automatically heals anything and all around you. It's like you become the chakra. You, as your walking beautiful self, becomes a chakra of joy, of love, of success. And when people are around you, of healing. And when people are around you, they're attuning to you as that chakra. That's a fun way of saying it, isn't it? Oh, it's so wonderful. I'm just reading the comments here. You're welcome for sharing. I do hope that it resonates and it helps. And oh my gosh, good luck with your business this early summer. It is going to be magnificent. It already is, because you've birthed it. It's there in the non-physical. And when you work with the physical temple that you're in, that your essence is wearing, is walking within, you know, when you're working with that on a physical level, you are bringing it into physical manifestation. Powerful stuff. Very powerful. So I want to leave you with a couple more things before I go here. And if you are a little bit more new to any of the mystery school teachings, any of the divine feminine teachings, the womb mysteries, anything like that, please feel very welcome to connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You know, my handle is Ascension to Love with Alice across all of those. And I even have a free video series on Yoni Love, where we talk about the moon cycles, the sacred bleed, the power of day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4. They all do different things, right? That blood, that sacred blood is one of the most powerful physical things to work with on this planet. So I have a free video series there, and I also have on my website, www.aliceheath.com. I also have on my website a few different divine feminine courses, one of which is called Sacred Feminine Wisdom. It's a course on the womb mysteries, right? The red mysteries, the chalice mysteries. There's 3 individual classes of sacred remembrance, along with an initiation from and a healing from Hathor, Lilith, and Isis. There's also a bonus Q&A, and it's on a special offer right now for everyone in this summit. So for this weekend, please feel welcome to have a look at my website, and I'll even link it below as well if it calls to you to just have a nosy. Please feel welcome to. And if it doesn't, that's okay as well. Like I say, we have the free content and we have a little bit more in depth. We even have one-to-one womb activations where we activate and attune to a higher state, your womb. We use light language, and beautiful seraphim come in to help attune the Sophianic dragons. It's very, very stunning. But the final thing that I do want to share with you that is coming up on the 3rd of the 3rd, working with those Christ codes of all the 3s, right? I'm running a workshop at 7:30 p.m. UK time. It will be recorded, so feel very welcome to register simply for the recording if you can't make it live. But we are going to be doing a workshop to anchor in, to bring down those Christ-like codes, anchor into Lady Gaia, and receive a golden rose from Master Yeshua and Mary Magdalene. So if that calls to you, that's only £12. And I will also link that in the comments as well of this video. But I want to leave you with just one more thing here. And that's an invitation. It's an invitation to simply, in the morning or at night, or whenever you remember, because we do get distracted, right, by day-to-day life. But an invitation to simply place your hands, one on your heart, one on your womb, or both on your womb, if that's what you feel. And breathe deeply. And just ask her how she is. Once again, regardless as to your physical anatomy, we all have an energetical womb, just like we all have an energetical lingam, right? Hara line. Place your hands on your womb and ask her how she is, and ask her what she needs and how she wishes to be connected with in that moment, to just offer you whatever you need. What would she like to share with you? So I invite you all to try that whenever you feel called. And please feel welcome to share with me how you find that. I honor and I love hearing how you experience these sacred connections, because this really is an incredibly profound thing to be talking about, sharing, and especially sharing in a community space as well. It's divine. And I bow to you for having the courage to be present and connect with that sacred chalice within. Thank you so much for watching, and goodness, have a wonderful time with the next speaker. I think it's I actually think it's Catherine again. So if it is, thank you so much once again, Catherine, for holding this beautiful summit. I've really enjoyed tuning in to a lot of the other speakers as well. So if you are just tuning in to me now and you've not seen anyone else, please feel welcome to just flick back through the live recordings. There is such a vast wisdom that is being shared here in this space, and so many offers as well that, you know, you'll find something that just calls to you, and if it does, connect with that person. Just trust your inner guidance. Connect with that person. You know, see what they're offering. But in the meantime, I send you so much love, so many blessings. Well done for participating in the sacred dance of shadow and light and integrating them, because it's in the womb that we integrate the shadow, the light, and we make the most sacred alchemy. That beautiful union. My love to you. Bye for now.